You have received several awards for your contributions to the community. So which award are you most proud of and why?
Well, I would say probably you're talking about awards based on volunteer services. I'll be venturing to say, I think most, if not all, volunteers, they want to make a difference in the community, living, working, wherever. And I honestly don't believe people thinking, oh, I want to get the award, therefore I will do this, right? So it's certainly a privilege, and as well as very humbling at times receive an award for the type of services you have been doing for a while. And I didn't really keep count of how many awards I got. But I think one I have to say is they call at the time is sponsored by Royal Bank of Canada, Top 25 Canadian Immigrant Award back in 2016. The reason I brought it up is because there has gone through a couple of what they call selection. I remember in 2016, I was told in the end, top 25, meaning you got 25 people got the award across Canada, but about 600 people being nominated. So to me, that's a real honor being picked one of the top 25 Canadian immigrants out of 600. I'm sure they're all worthy nominations.
Why do you think youth engagement in the community is important?
You know, it's a very good question because we all been young. You are still young. And going back to what I said early on, it's a community spirit development. I think the younger that spirit becomes something a young person would really practice and be doing work for the community and get engaged, it would become almost a lifetime thing they'll be doing. And in particular, I think that for young people like yourself today, Yoga, I'm sure you have lots of other kind of things to think about spending your time. Other than studying, perhaps there may be either different types of activities you want to engage in, like, for example, the group that you found. And congratulations, by the way. And there may be other things, right? Some people like to spend the time looking at, the screen no more than maybe at best 13 inches and playing games, things like that. Some people like to go to outdoor, and some people join, like youth cadets, like the St. John Ambulance or the Royal Canadian, either Air Force and Navy and Canadian Forces cadets. And I understand there are other youth leadership programs and so on, and people like outdoors, like canoeing, hiking, what have you. But at the end of the day, that's my strong belief that a person, regardless of age, if you could, not everyone would like to, I understand, but if you would get engaged with the community, and it would be good to start at a younger age. So I try to nourish, if I may say so, young people to get involved, engaged, and particularly in like a youth cadet, you're talking about, doesn't matter, St. John Ambulance or some other worthy organizations, you have an opportunity to learn and work with other peers, young people. And I think it's also, to me, is part of healthy growing up. When I say healthy, because I don't think St. John Ambulance Youth Cadets will encourage your kids to get together and do something your parents don't want you to do. So it's part of growing up in a positive, I would say healthy environment, particularly learning social skills, interacting with your peers, as well as staying engaged and learn something new. So that's why I honestly feel it's very important for me to support youth engagement.
So Godwin, my takeaway is that we hope that Richmond Hill will become more dynamic, progressive, and also more inclusive. So this is what we hope for. Yeah. So the last question of the day is that You were first elected in 2006, which is, wow, a long time, almost 2 decades ago. How did you come to a career in politics, and do you have any tips for my viewers who are interested in politics?
You know what? This is my 18th year serving the people and in Richmond Hill. Thank you. It's a true honor. And looking back, honestly, I have not thought about I will be serving on the Richmond Hill Council for this long. However, I have to say I really feel that speaking about community engagement, when you asked me the first question, this is one form and a very prominent way to serve and get engaged with the community. Because not only I'm on the front line, but I would have direct opportunity to make a difference in shaping and working for others what the city's policies would be. The kind of programs we're developing for our businesses and residents. And as well, like your other question, how we can steer the direction of the future of this community that we live in. So it's been quite a journey that for me to serve for this long. And in fact, I would say one of the things I honestly want to see is that I mentioned about for Richmond Hill to become an additional, diverse, inclusive, progressive, and being a very vibrant engine of economic growth in the Northern Greater GTA, by virtue of the fact that not only we have a good economic base, a very highly educated population, 70% or more of our population actually hold a university or college degree, which is very high. And in fact, I don't need to remind people about the land value, which is always considered to be quite competitive in terms of price and so on. And I would like to say for young people like yourself and others, doesn't matter what age, you can start age of 60 for that matter. After all, we have an American president who's now only at the young age of 81, right? So age may not be a factor, but really, honestly, that someone has a passion to want to make changes, positive changes. Like, ideally you can change the world, but realistically, for local council, you cannot change the world. However, you can make a real difference in the community you live in, right? Whether in fact helping to plan for more, let's say, green spaces, parks, libraries, or managing the growth in a manner that is not to be too much different than what other places have done, but in a way that our citizens will continue to enjoy the quality of life and good schools, right? Although school board are the ones who handle the schools, but in terms of they also need the other supporting infrastructure resources. But at the end of the day, if somebody interested become what I call public official, think about it. Is the reason why you want to be joining that either local council or any other level of political engagement is that for what purpose? Ask yourself. I always use that 3K principle. Know yourself. Do I have the kind of aptitude for doing that? For what purpose? And also, how well do I know the community, particularly at the local level, like at the city level? How well do I know the community? And in some way relating to what changes, what improvements you like to make to the community. And the 3K is that know the issues. It kind of relating to, if you know your community, you know what the issues in general for your particular local community, and also at a broader level for the whole city. Let's say at the local area is that, we need to have more off-leash park, dog park. That's a local. But at the more overall is that, we need to have more parkland. And And you need to know it. The issue, not just saying it, but what's the rationale behind it? Why you need to have more off-leash dog park? Why you need to have more parkland? And also, can the community or the city afford it? It's one thing to say we want this, we want that, but realistically thinking about how are we going to finance it? Where should it go? Well, it may be a good idea, but I may not want whatever it is right next to my house. So think about those things. But at the end of the day, I think that people who want to make a contribution, want to make a difference, we have to do some self-assessment. That's why I mean know yourself, know the community, and also know the issues. And it's not a, how I put it, glamorous kind of job that some people are thinking about, because there's commitment. I would have to say, well, I've been around for 18 years. I guess I can say that. You have to commit to it, right? And truly, that you have, as some people say that, as I mentioned the word passion, you have the desire to make positive changes. So very nice meeting with you, and I wish you much success, and also your peers as we're just starting school year for the 24-25, and let us know how things turn out for yourself and your peers and your organization. Particularly, as I mentioned earlier on, I would like to encourage more young people to get engaged and look for any other opportunities to help, even during the school time. All the very best, and thank you for the interview.
Thank you so much. Bye, guys.